Everybody get your hands up. If you know it and you feel them, get your hands up. If you know Jesus in the building, get him up. 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 Everybody get your hands up. Now get your hands up. Get up out your seat, stand up on your feet, and get your hands up. If you know that the devil is defeated, get him up. 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 Everybody get your hands up. Now do you know him? Oh yes, I love you. Grace, no one above him. Jesus is my your love divine. Let your glory shine all over me for eternity. As my soul cries out, thank you for saving me. Thank you for keeping me. Thank you for loving me. And wave from side to side, step to the right, moving to the left. I'm repping Jesus to my jam. I'm saying wave from side to side, step to the right, moving to the left. I'm repping Jesus to my jam. Everybody get your hands up. If you know him and you feel him, get your hands up. If you know Jesus in the building, get him up. 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 Everybody get your hands up. Now get your hands up. Get up out your seat, stand up on your feet, and get your hands up. If you know that the devil is defeated, get him up. 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 Everybody get your hands up.
Gliding like you're roller skating. Man, this feeling is amazing. I raise my hands and start my praising. Holy Spirit, I'll be waiting. Spitting facts, no time for fake. Feel the blood in my veins, the strongholds breaking everybody back, cause it's too much to take in.
Now all my sins is erasing. It's time for some demon chasing. Yeah, all my Christians relating because it's souls that need saving. We gotta go out and get them. Can't leave them hanging with Satan. Losing your soul to the devil is a high price to be paying.
Switching sides is so easy. I know you used to two-stepping. You dancing to that Luigi when really God got your blessings. Just stop your club and start churching and do your dance cause it's worth it. Man, ain't nobody here perfect, so do your thing. You deserve it. And put your
hands up. If you know it and you feel him, get your hands up. If you know Jesus in the building, get him up.
Get him up. Get him up. Everybody.
Let go. Get up out your seat, stand up on your feet, and get your hands up. If you know that the devil is defeated, get him up. 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 Everybody get your hands up. Yeah.
Hey. Thank you all for joining Soulful Conversations on today. I'm indeed excited to be on here. Listen, thank you all for joining us. Do me a favor and share this broadcast. I promise you it's going to bless you on today. Share this broadcast. Thank you all for joining Soulful Conversations on today. I'm so excited about this episode. I'm so excited about the speaker, my co-host that I have on today, my guest. Listen, I'm so proud of her. Y'all, listen, really proud is just an understatement. I'm just saying, like, woo! I'm just ecstatic on today. So do me a favor before we go any further. Share this episode. Share this broadcast. Don't be selfish. Listen, I am your host, Coach Shonna Hackney, and I welcome you to Soulful Conversations Podcast, where we're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, weekly. So listen, we have real talk, real conversations. We don't judge. We just talk. Let's talk on tonight. Are y'all ready? Have y'all shared? Are y'all waiting? I see y'all coming in. Listen, I see y'all coming in. So I know y'all excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. So before we get started, I'm gonna read her bio because listen, I know I said I said I'm gonna just abbreviate it. I can't leave nothing out. Listen, it's too good. Okay, it's too good. So who we have here today? An awesome woman, not just a woman, but a woman of God. an attorney, an author, a coach, a mentor, a speaker. And I know if we was to give her a mic, she would preach the house down. Okay? I don't know about y'all, but I said, you nervous? I'm a little bit. I say, you an attorney. How you gonna be nervous? But I say, you know what? When I speak, okay, and when I have speaking, I get nervous too. I have to have a little talk with the Lord. Listen, Lord, I'll remove all the nerves, all anxiety, all fear. But God know our heart, and that's what I love. I've been following her for a while now, and I'm just so excited about the accomplishments that she has. But before we go there, listen, y'all know I'm getting ahead of myself. The scripture for today, Revelations 12 and 11. Revelations 12 and 11. And it reads, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Listen, many things we go through, we are overcomers by our testimonies. Only God did it. God allowed us to go through certain things so he can get the glory out of our life. And that's why I love, one thing I love about my guest on today, her testimony. Baby, she an overcomer. She done overcame some things. Y'all know how we say things. Listen, not just things, but things. Oh my God. So let me introduce her on today. Let me get her bio. We have the attorney, mother, preacher, teacher, speaker, everything that I already told you. Ieshia Champs has inspired many with her determination, resilience, and faith. Her story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of never giving up on one's dreams, no matter how difficult the road may be. Ieshia Champs grew up in a tough neighborhood where poverty, crime, and violence were a daily reality. Despite the challenges she faced, she never lost sight of her dreams and was determined to make a better life for herself and her family. As a young woman, Ieshia faced many obstacles, including teenage pregnancy, financial hardship, dropping out of high school, and the loss of loved ones. Despite these setbacks, Ieshia never lost her faith in God and continued to work hard and pursue her dreams. After years of hard work and sacrifice, Ieshia earned her GED and subsequently went on to attend Texas Southern University Thurgood Marshall School of Law, where she earned a Juris Doctor's degree in May 2018. Today, Ieshia is an attorney, a businesswoman with a thriving law practice, a loving family, and a new author. Woo! If you don't have her book, go get it. Listen. She's also a motivational speaker, sharing her story of perseverance and faith with others and inspiring them to pursue their dreams, no matter what obstacles they may face. Ieshia Champs reminds us that with determination, hard work, and faith, anything is possible. Her message is one of hope, inspiration, and the power of the human spirit, and is sure to resonate with readers of all ages and background. Listen, that means the book is for everybody. Everybody can resonate with her story, and she's here to tell it. Woo! Welcome to Soulfull Conversations. I'm excited to have you on here. Go ahead and greet the people.
Hi, everyone. How are you? I'm excited to be here. It's a bit nervous, but
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Listen, you not only an attorney, an author, but you are a beautiful mother.
thank you so very much. I think that's my favorite title. Well, I would say my favorite title is being a woman of God, and then mother will fall second. But I'm definitely ready for my kids to leave my house.
Like one thing that I thought about is you said you was a teenage mother. One thing that I'm like so excited about, and just like taking back, it's like, wow, being a teenage mother, you set the bar for those teenage mothers who had to drop out, didn't have a choice, but yeah, you got a GED and you went to college, and you still was able to take care of your kids with the means you had. You didn't let it stop you, and you didn't let it maybe you at times you probably was discouraged. Talk about that.
So it's a bit difficult because so I dropped out of high school. And I did go back to get my GED. What I will say is that it was very discouraging. And although I didn't have the means, of course I had God.
Right.
And I think my trust in God and me relying on God is really what kind of, I'm not going to say it's really what kind of got me through. It is what got me through. My sister was just my biggest support. Right. And not only my sister, but I had some very amazing friends during law school, just some amazing friends. And so when I couldn't, do certain things, or I couldn't, go certain places, I had, they were able to come to me. And so that's scholarships and not so much as federal aid, but like, scholarships played a big part in that as well.
Awesome. So when it comes to your journey of being an attorney and a mother, and also speaking and being about business, what would your advice to be to a single mother who's struggling right now?
Don't give up. I mean, listen, I feel like as single parents, it's so easy for us to do that, right? It's so easy for us to give up. It is so easy for us to give up. It's okay to cry. It's okay to take a break sometime, right? But if we give up, we never know who we're giving up on. It's not just our children that are dependent on us, right? We never know who it is that God is using us to impact later on down the line, right? I receive so many messages from people saying, oh, you don't know, how you have inspired me the whole time. It's not me, it's God. But, it's like God used me to do that. And what if I would have given up on what it is that I was supposed to be doing? So it was just like, never give up, because you never know whose life it is that God is using you to impact.
Right. And how would you, being a mother, being an author, being an attorney, how do you juggle the attorney and being a mother?
Listen,
y'all stay booked and busy.
Listen, let me tell you. I cry so much. I quit every other day. I quit every other day. I kid you not. It is, people see, I was literally just telling one of my best friends this last night. People see attorney and it is just a title. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. People see these titles, people see these material things, people see all of that, but people don't see what happens behind closed doors.
Right.
People don't see the tears that we cry. People don't see the depression that you go through. People don't know how many times I'm calling my sisters, I'm calling my friends, like, what am I going to do? Like, wanting to give up, these thoughts that you're having in XYZ. And so it's not just about staying busy. It's about staying prayed up. Oh my goodness, the thoughts. No, you in staying busy, you have to find time. You have to find time for solitude. Not, this stuff is going to be here.
Right.
This work is going to be here. This writing is going to be here. All of this is for temporary things. All of this is for self. You have to find time for solitude and to go ahead and get your mental right and for your relationship with God. If not, none of this even matters.
Right.
None of it matters. So that's how I do it. Last week, spring break, I was not supposed to take off. I said, you know what? I'm not calling a client. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not doing anything. And that's what I did. Sometimes you have to set boundaries. And I didn't do anything. And that's what I did. I laid in my bed the entire week. That was my vacation. I laid in the bed the entire week and watched TV. And so sometimes most times that is what it is that you have to do.
Mm-hmm. So the client she'll be back next week. Okay, I'm just saying.
That's it. No, ma'am. Don't call me, please.
And don't
Not
be in
today.
the comments talking about call me.
No, I turned my phone off. I told my office, the answering service, hey, I'm out of office until next. I came back Monday and had thousands of calls, and then at the end of the day, nope, I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll get to that tomorrow. And I've been in therapy for a while, so my therapist has helped me a lot. Just kind of, hey, set boundaries, and she's a Christian therapist, so I'm finally starting to really utilize some of the practices and things that she's told me to do.
And there's nothing wrong with therapy. I actually was in therapy, still is therapy, and I have a life coach. Because listen, y'all, it's so important to take advantage of the resources that they have for us. Like, I used to be one that say, I don't need therapy, ain't nothing wrong with me. Man, it's something wrong with everybody, okay? We all had some childhood trauma, grownhood trauma, teenage trauma, things that we've dealt with that you thought you was healed from. And then certain things happen that trigger you, and you all of a sudden a grown adult, but the outside looking at you like something ain't right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, therapy. It's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
It's nothing wrong with it.
I've been in therapy for about, I think this is my 5th or 6th year. So my therapist like, you aren't tired of me yet? And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Dealing with people with cases and children and trying to manage everything. Yeah, I can only imagine, because I was like, how many children you have?
5. I have 5 kids, but 2 are grown. 1 will be 18 at the end of this month. And so, I mean, they hold me together, really, but
I just have a dog, and I be going crazy behind him. Just that one dog. And I'm security, okay, top flight. Okay?
Yeah.
And I just be like, can you say, no, I gotta go home to my dog.
Yeah.
I need to feed my dog. I gotta bathe him. I just be going so crazy over my one dog. So I can just imagine you being a mother to 5 and making sure they all straight. I'm just like, Lord, woo.
They're really self-sufficient now. They're self-sufficient now. So I'm like, hey, I'll leave these kids in a heartbeat now.
So what led you into writing the book, the masterpiece that you have out now? Tell them the title and how they can get it.
So here it is right here. The title is A Purpose for My Pain, From Poverty to Practicing Law. And what led me to writing this book is really just solely being obedient to God. When I first wrote this book, and I just really shared this post a couple of weeks ago on social media. When I first wrote this book back in 2018, this book was 30 pages.
Wow.
From 1 to 30. And it was 30 pages. The book was mainly about only what the media told everyone.
Right.
Because there was absolutely no way I was telling y'all my business. There was no way I was telling y'all like the deep, dark secrets that only me and my sister knew, or, that only even I knew, or things that, me and my first lady, I just wasn't doing. I was like, oh, absolutely not. And so I did it. And I remember sending it to my bishop, and he was just like, what's this? That's the book. What do you mean? That's the book. And he was just like, no. And so I put it away for a while, and God had just started picking. You know how they say anointed agitation?
Yes.
And I was just like, I'm not, And I ended up going to therapy because of a situation. I've just been dealing with some stuff, and God just kept saying, I told you to do something.
Right.
Like, And so I ended up getting a book coach, because I'm like, I don't even know what to write or what not to write, because not everything goes in a book.
Right.
And so when I went to talk to a book coach a while ago, and she was helping me with this, and I'm like, I have to write that? Like, no. And I went back and forth with God a lot. And 6.5 years I've been writing this book, because I would stop, put it down a couple of months, cry. No, I'm not reliving that. And no, I'm not doing that. And finally, last year, I finished with the help of my therapist. I
Mhm.
finished, and I realized that I had to do that because God used me to relive these moments to heal me, because I wasn't, like you just said, I wasn't healed at all.
You
It
just
was
took it out my mouth.
it was
Yeah.
some people I hadn't forgiven. It was some hurt I hadn't, gotten over. And God, I've been praying my prayer for the longest. I've been, God, show me so I
Right.
can fix me. And
Mhm.
through writing this book, God showed me not only him, more so him, but he also showed me.
Right. Because
Yeah.
I've wrote a couple of books as well, co-authored some books, and
Okay.
in the midst of writing, it's like therapy, and then again, God show you, and again, you're reliving the pain, but also He's healing your heart. He's healing you from the triggers. He's reminding you that, hey, I allowed you to go through that, but I'm the same one that brought you out. So write it down, because you helping somebody else, and it's always be the people that you least expect.
Yes, ma'am.
And they, you encourage me, and you like, little on me. Who am I? I'm
Yeah,
nobody. You are somebody. You went through it for a reason, so give yourself credit.
very
You
much.
had to go through to be a mother. You had to go through to graduate not only college, but to the bar, to be an attorney. You had to go through to write the book. You had to relive the trauma and be healed from the trauma. So
Thank you.
yes, you did it. You made it. And this just book one.
I just said that. I went live on Instagram. I said, you know what? This is just book one, but we're gonna have to go live again because there's some stuff about me I don't know about me. And listen, y'all gonna be looking at me totally different, but I don't even much care.
Well, they don't know when they read the book.
Listen, it's some things that's not even in this book, and I'm like, I forgot about that. But let me tell y'all anyway.
Okay,
But
part
no,
two. Mm-hmm.
part
Yeah,
two,
part
definitely.
two.
Yes, ma'am.
The becoming.
There you go.
And part
Yes, ma'am.
three, I arrived.
I receive that in the name of Jesus.
Because listen, people, especially us as women, I can say
Yeah.
this, us as women, we tend to hold on to so much stuff and suppress so much stuff just to make it day
Yes.
by day, minute by minute, second by second. So while one side of our brain is processing,
Mm-hmm.
the other side is storing,
Yep.
and some things we literally forgot about. Once you digress and sit and allow God to process you and prune you, you
Yep.
start remembering. It's like, where was that memory? What?
Yes.
What? How did that? Oh, I forgot about. Oh my God! And it's okay to cry. It's okay to shed a tear. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. And that's how it was for me writing this book. It's just like I forgot I went through that. And
Mm-hmm.
then I had a period where I was so mad at God. I was like, why would you let me go through that? Why? And I understand now again, and that's why the book is titled A Purpose for My Pain, a purpose. Because I cried so much writing this book. I was so angry writing this book. I had so much forgiveness once I to ask for once
Right.
I finished writing this book. So, but I'm thankful for the process. I'll say that. I'm on my. I was gonna say I'm almost 40 years old. I'm so used to being 39, but I'm 40 years old, and I'm just now forgiving people who I thought I forgave years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Only
Once
because
again, the title alone, purpose and pain, pain, purpose. Purpose in pain, in tears, in disappointment, in character assassination, in rejection, in being rid. There is purpose in everything.
yep.
It's not for naught. It's
That's
like, okay, you come to the point where it's like, okay, God, what are you doing? I just overcame one thing, and now you got me going through something else.
something else.
Only for the book to be birthed. You didn't
That
even know that at the time.
Not at all. I didn't know any of this. I didn't know the photo would go viral. I didn't know I was graduating law school. I didn't know none of this.
How did it feel to be gone even viral, graduate from law school, a single mother, 5 children, beautiful children?
Thank you. I mean, when I graduated law school, I was glad, but I didn't look at it as a big deal. I was like, why is everybody so excited? I just graduated law school. I think I just went to school and did what I think it was normal. I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
Like people go to school, they graduate. And again, I didn't even want to take these graduation photos. That is so I did not. I was so tired. I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm over it.
Right.
And I remember sitting at my intern job, and me and a friend of mine, we had been talking about how I wanted the pictures to go. And she looked at me, she said, Aisha, that's gonna go viral. I was like, I ain't worried about nothing going viral. And 2 weeks before my bishop was supposed to take them, I was like, look, I'm tired. I don't even want to take them. I just want to lay down. I'm tired. I got to get ready for the bar exam. And my first lady said, you need to take those pictures because you need something to look back at. And I was like, Ma, I'm just tired. And she said, you need to take those pictures. And I said, I guess I'll take them. And he took them, and he got them back to me the same day. And I just uploaded them, not thinking nothing. And I went to bed and woke up the next day, and somebody was like, you know, your picture went viral. And I was like, what picture? Graduation picture. And I was just like, no. And I looked, and I was just like, oh, what in the heck? Still didn't think anything of it. And I was just like, oh, people just like the picture. And I still didn't think anything of it until, the news started reaching out. And I'm just like, why are people making just such a big deal out of this? And I'll never forget, I was at school, in law school, in class, and Jonathan Martin from Fox 26 reached out. I was looking broke, busted, and disgusted. And he was like, yeah, we want to come up there and, do an interview. And I was just like, okay. And two of my friends, 3 of them, Bless and Brandy and Lachey, they were just like, you're not getting on TV looking like that. How I look? And they just like, no, ma'am, real friends don't let friends do that.
Right.
And they took me up the street and like did my makeup and stuff like that. And from there, it just kind of, God just did what he did. And
God blew your mind.
He definitely blew my mind with that one. It was totally unexpected.
It's like, because of your sacrifice, because there's more than one, because of your sacrifice and you remain humble, God rewards you openly, and you still like, okay.
God has really, when I think about how God has sustained me through all of this, it has been, when I say unexplainable, it's really been unexplainable. But now it's just like, as I grow in my relationship with God and in my understanding of who he is and not just what he does,
right,
it's starting to make me desire him even more and more, because it's no longer about what he can do for me or the material things. It's just about who he is.
Right.
He is, and how he has really kept me, and how he loves me, and I'm like, all the stuff, I have some stuff that I have done that I would go to my grave with. And I'm like, all of that about me. You still decided to do what you've done for me. But not only that, because that can be gone today tomorrow.
Right.
You still love me. You still keep me, and you still protect me. And I think that's the most important thing that we as Christians and children of God need to focus on now. Not the intangibles that God can give us, but the way he loves us and who he is, and and stuff like that. And so when I talk about God, I get kind of starstruck, and because it's just he is everything. He is
God.
Yeah, he is just
he is God. Like,
yeah, he really is.
You love me in spite of me. Like, I'm just so amazed And somebody asked the questions. They said, how do you process your purpose during those difficult times? And I think you just answered it.
I did not, though. I did not process my purpose during those difficult times. I could not process my purpose during those difficult times because I did not fully understand who God was at that time. And I understand who God is now, but I'm still growing in who He is.
Right.
And I started understanding who God was and that there was a purpose in everything that God does when I had never gotten on a plane before, ever. I've always been scared to fly. And February 9th of 2018, and I know my sisters-in-law, my law school friends are on here. February 9th, we were getting ready, third year law students, and we was like, say, we're tired, we need to have a girls trip. And we wanted to go to Atlanta. And I'm like, we can go, but I'm not getting on a plane. And my friends, Brandy and Blessed, was like, we're getting on a plane. I'm like, I'm not getting on a plane. I've never had to fly a day in my life. And they're like, we getting on a plane. And I found myself in Hobby Airport on Delta Airlines with all like 4 of my friends. And I said, God, why in all 33 years of my life, I've never gotten on a plane, but right now you have me sit on the plane. I didn't understand. I cried during takeoff. I was holding my friend's hand. Went, had a good time in Atlanta, came back. Shortly after that, the photos went viral. Shortly after that, Steve Harvey reached out to me. And when he reached out, they said, we want you to come up and blah, 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 blah. And I said, I was excited. And I'm just like, where are the kids coming? They're like, nope, we don't have a budget for the kids. And I'm just like, well, when do you want me to come? I need you to let me know ahead of time so I can get a rental car and drive out there to California. I just kind of chuckled, no, ma'am, we're going to fly you out. And I'm just like, hold on, wait a minute. I can't get on an airplane. I'm scared. And he's just like, that's the only way you're coming. Well, who's coming with me? Nobody.
Wow.
And I said, no. I don't think you understand. I'm not getting on an airplane. The only way I would have not made it out there, I look back and I said, God, that's why you made me get on that plane. Had I not gotten on that plane, I wasn't going by myself.
Right.
And that opportunity led to other, like, speaking engagements. After that, me and my kids just kind of flew all around the world doing speaking engagements, getting paid. So I didn't have to work right after law school. I realized then, that moment, God had a purpose for everything He was doing in my life. And my perspective changed.
And that's the important thing. When you go through certain things in life, being purpose and God order your steps, your perspective changes. And when your perspective change, you look at your whole situation different, and you no longer react, you respond.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, God, what's next?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, I see you, Lord. You start to be more in tune with Him, and the more and more you hunger and thirst after Him, the more and more He speaks to you, the more and more He show you some things, the more and more He give you revelation. So the more and more you walk in purpose, the more and more God reveals some things to you, and He open up the door of heaven, and you won't have room enough to receive. It's like blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings. Why? Because He can trust you. He trusted you with the little, so now He can trust you with the world. He can trust you to represent people who probably don't feel like they deserve representation. And you probably ain't been all shocked. You know, hey, I'm nervous. But you can speak up at the time for somebody who fighting for whatever they fighting for at the moment. You like, now's not the time to be quiet.
I tell my clients all the time.
And that's what God is saying with you. Now's not the time for you to be quiet. I got you. You've been quiet long enough. You've been going through long enough. You passed the test. Now I'm going to speak on your behalf, and I'm speaking loud.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. You got the vision. Now run with it.
Run with it.
And here you go. It's being birthed.
Yes, ma'am. God is so amazing.
Yes, he is. So amazing. So listen, y'all need to get the book. Get the book. Where can they purchase the book?
So it's available online, of course, all platforms online, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can also purchase it on my website, www.purpose4 spelled out FOR pain.com. I do have a small amount on hand if you're in Houston, and you can purchase them from me. But other than that, you can purchase them online.
Okay, listen, time is fast spent. Before we get off, two questions. First one is, what would you say to your teenage self who dropped out of school? What would you tell her now?
That is a great question. What happened? Can y'all still see me? What happened?
Can you see me? You right there. We can see you.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't know. Let me tell you what I would tell myself. I wrote it in my book. I dedicated it to my younger self.
Mm-hmm.
It gets better. Trust the process. God is not done with you yet. Hold on and know that your story is still unfolding.
That's deep. Oof. Man. So even after that, what's next for you?
Oh, I don't know what God has in store for me next, but what I will say is that it's been prophesied that I'm going to be a judge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ran for judge once, and I didn't win the seat, but I still won. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
I did the seat by like maybe 2%. So I do plan on running again when God tells me to. So I don't know if that's next. I don't know what God has for me next, but all I can say is stay tuned.
Y'all hear that? Stay tuned. Listen, stay tuned. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming on here to Soulfull Conversations. Definitely won't be the last time because I got some things that got going on. So I need y'all to stay tuned. Listen, God is doing some great things in this season, in this time, and I'm just excited for what He's doing, especially for women.
Yes, ma'am.
Especially for women who thought they was, lost and counted out and just not worthy. But God he's speeding up the time.
Yes, He is.
So He's doing like a slingshot.
Yes, He is.
Once was way back here. He like, I didn't put a lot of you. Speed up. Open up your mouth.
Yep.
Do what I tell you to do and watch me work.
Tell those of you who feel like God has counted you out, telling people that they miscalculated. So, yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you all for tuning in. Listen, follow me on Soulfull Conversations on YouTube as well as Facebook. We are here. Don't forget, we are here every Thursday. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. There's the information at the bottom. And make sure you follow Miss Champs. You buy her book, and I'm telling you, you won't miss a beat. Also, follow her on social media. Listen, I know she got a whole bunch of more testimonies that she gonna post. It was nobody but God.
Nobody but God.
Nobody but God. And just like He did it for her, just like He did it for me, He can do it for you.
Yes,
so God be the glory. Until next time. Peace.
Peace, y'all.